Why hello there, Queen frontman Freddie Mercury.
Hi Ghandi.
Why are we on the moon?
We are having a super fun party, with you and I, Richard Simmons, Leather Chaps, and, the film Troy starring Brad Pitt.
Man, there's nothing wrong with those aforementioned things, except for Troy.
That's right, you naked Indian man. Although the film works well as entertaining fluff, the entire film makes a point of overdoing every single scene. Another problem is that the original story was ignored for a more flashy, romantic modern story set in an ancient backdrop.
This could work in some cases, but I feel that Troy should have focused more on the original story, rather than Brad Pitt's abdominal muscles.
Indeed, Ghandi. But we cannot forget that the film still retains some important elements of the ancient tale of Troy.
Such as?
Well, the relationship between Achilles and the king of Greece, Agamemnon, was retained. This led to important subplots in the film that helped flesh out the characters. In the original story, whenever Achilles would fight in a battle, the Greek army's morale was boosted. If he decided to omit a battle, the Greeks would often lose. This was well retained in the movie.
Okay, Freddy, I agree. But we can't forget how some aspects of Achilles' story were not well represented. First off, his cousin in the film, Patroclus, was never his cousin, rather his close friend. Also, Achilles knew about Patroclus riding off into battle posing as Achilles.
Yes, but in that part of the story, Achilles sought revenge against Hector for killing Patroclus in both the film and story. Hector never wished to kill Patroclus in both versions of the tale, and his fate is the same. He dies by Achilles' sword after a battle.
Okay, Freddy. But when Achilles seeks revenge, he receives new godly armor in the story, but he uses his old armor in the film. Also, it is a quick but powerful battle between Achilles and Hector in the film, but their fight represents more of the race in the original tale. Achilles pursued Hector around Troy 3 times.
All right. I can understand that. But throughout that part of the story, there are still important similarities. The battle strategies of the Greeks and the Trojans are well represented. In both versions, the Greeks set up camp on the shores while the Trojans hide behind the huge walls of Troy.
Well, how about another important difference? Paris dies immediately after he kills Achilles in the tale. In the film, Paris lives on to love Helen. In the story, Helen goes back to Menelaus.
Right. But the most important aspect of the battle stays the same. The Greeks trick the Trojans by building a supposed gift to the gods called the Trojan horse. The Greeks take over Troy the same way in both versions.
But the film ruins that too. The war lasted for 9 years in the tale, which is ample time to build something that big. In the movie, the Greeks build the Trojan horse in 12 days. That makes no sense.
Well, we are at a party and are talking about a crappy movie like Troy. How about we go do some meth and go on a drug-fueled murder spree?
Sounds good, Freddy. However, we are on the moon, and I am Ghandi. I like peace.
You goddamn hippie. I'm Freddie Mercury, so I'm gonna go write some rock operas to sing in Africa.
Sounds like a plan.
8 = D.